This is Rebel Radio in the New York City. So we are here with Antonio Tizapa and some of our supporters. Could you introduce yourself, sir?
Well, my is Robert Gums, and I am the producer and the host of a television show which comes on the was it local public access cable access channels, channels 33 or 34, and I also come on YouTube.
You
And
just
yeah, the name of the show is called The Concern Forum.
All right. Thank you very much. So
You're
you
welcome.
just had an interview with Antonio Tizapa
Uh,
and Tlatempa.
mhm.
Um, Tell me about your feelings about the history. I know many American people they don't know about what is happening in Mexico, and
uh,
you just hear the sad story of the 43 students
yeah.
and the fathers of one was not keeping in Mexico. What?
Uh,
How do you feel?
I feel very angry. I feel very angry because apparently my government is involved in helping a next door neighbor suppress its own citizens. And looking at what we're supposed to stand for as the United States, I asked the question, how is it that we can support the Mexican government while they continue to subjugate their own people? It's not right. We also have a lot of talk now, in this election year, about building walls and basically turning our southern border into some kind of fortress. And I think that's insanity. I'm not saying that the problems along the border. I'm not saying that there aren't any, but the problems what problems that we do have, they can be handled in an intelligent and humane way, as opposed to what some of our politicians think, that you could just start building walls. Now, like it or not, we're supposed to be a superpower. Um, right now, we're the game and on the whole planet. I believe that in a situation like that, we have to conduct ourselves with some type of knowledge and some type of wisdom. How can we be the world's shining light of democracy if we're building walls? And that's why I am so hyped up about this issue, um, of what's happening in Mexico. Mainly because you're taking my government's tax money and you're utilizing it, as I said at the start of this interview, you're utilizing it to oppress people right here on this American continent. And thank you. I spent over 20 some odd years in the military, actually about 25 to be exact. And I like to think that that service stood for something. And when I see such obvious cases, such obvious abuse, my question is, why are we as Americans standing for this? Why are we allowing this to be done in our name? And that's what has me so angry. And I thank you for taking the time to,
Thank you so much,
you
sir.
know,
So we have here Antonio Tizapa. Could you tell to the American people a little bit about what do you thinking about this case? Because we had only Spanish media, most Spanish media, and we don't have much English media. Could you tell to the American people some words?
So today, in any days ago too, so we need to speak more in English, because this person, he don't know what happened in Mexico. So now he knows what's wrong. It's a little bit, but it's very important because now the American guys I see and listen today because it's very very important this channel and this person too because they he knows what's wrong now in Mexico. He knows now what's wrong from the government Mexican. He knows what's wrong from the students. Only students. This is thousand and thousand.
Thank you very much. Amado, could you tell something in English? We know it's our second language, but we have to make it to communicate in English. That way the American people can know what is happening in Mexico.
Oh, thanks to the deserve to invite us to this network for interview, and we have to go into another ways. For like example, in English interview to demonstrate in other ways what happened in Mexico and in this country too, because U.S. sending military aid to Mexico, and we have to stop that. I think that's it.
Thank you very much. Pues esto es Rebeldía Radio, así de crudo y real. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for the interview. Es la voz migrante aquí en la ciudad de Nueva York. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much.
Okay.